Let's finish up our work on the arms. So we'll start from the top. Let's go ahead and show our outliner. You can see we have these transform groups to clean up. They've served their purpose of preserving the transformations of our arms so that they did not rescale. You can see selecting one of them, notice the scale has been matched to the scale of the arm in order for the arm to not rescale when we have extracted it from our skeleton. All right, so being that the transform groups have done their job, let's go ahead and remove them. And to do that, it's just a matter of reparenting our arm rig back to the joint it was parented to originally, which was the end joint of our shoulder. So simply grab our arm bone, shift select the end joint of the shoulder, and parent. No longer is the arm tied to that transform group. If we were to take a look at things in our outliner, you'll see, again, we do not have an extra node to be concerned with. Okay, great. So what that means is that we can safely remove transform group 3. Let's go ahead and take care of the opposite side. Again, we grab our arm, parent back to the end joint of our shoulder, and remove the transform group. All right, so let's go ahead and move to the elbows next. Now, we've already talked about this. It almost looks like we can move the elbow over so that it fits a little bit better inside of the arm. We could do that safely now without having the elbow interfere with the rotation of our wrist, which is great. So let's go ahead and find a nice position for our arm. I'd say to about a value of negative 0.4 would work. That looks good. So we'll need to use the reciprocal then for the opposite control. So we use negative 0.4 for the left side. Let's go ahead and grab our right control and put in a value of positive 0.4 in the x-axis to mirror the arm. Okay, now we can grab both objects and freeze their translation. Let's go to Modify, Freeze Transforms. Let's go to the options and make sure that we uncheck Rotation and Scale and apply. We'll need to do the same thing for the arm controls. However, being that we have objects parented to the arms that have the translate channels removed, what we'll need to do is first extract those child controls, and then we can go ahead and freeze transforms and then reparent those child controls back to the main arm control. All right, so here's how this is going to work. We'll start with the left side. We'll grab our wrist control, hit the up arrow to grab our locator, and now we can press Shift P to unparent. We can now safely go in, select our arm control, and freeze transforms. We can do the same thing for the right side. Grab the wrist control, hit the up arrow to grab its parent, press Shift P to separate it, grab our arm control, freeze transforms, and now we can parent these locators back. So we could always start with the right side, grab the locator, shift select the arm control, parent. And everything is clean. Our transforms are just fine, which is great. So let's go ahead and take care of the opposite side. Again, we grab our locator and parent back to our arm control. Beautiful. Okay, well, now that that's taken care of, our last task will be to connect our animation controls back to our character sets. So let's go ahead and grab the elbows and our arm controls, since they share translate channels. So what that means is that we can go ahead and make active our upper body sub-character set, highlight our translate channels, and go ahead and add them back to the character set. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of the fingers to finish up. So we'll grab each root. Okay, let's go ahead and do the same thing for the right side. We do not want to forget the thumb. So let's make sure we add that to our selection. We'll go ahead and grab the rest of our roots. And now we can go ahead and highlight our rotate channels and press the G key. There we have it. So in no time at all, we have reworked the arms to match the proportions of our character, which is great. There was no need to destroy anything. We're able to reuse the entire rig. So what's left? Well, we can now start to add controls. So what we'll do is start with the face. We'll go ahead and add some eyelid controls. We'll add eye controls also. And then we'll work our way down to the belt and to the buttocks. We'll add a rig to make sure they're preserved as the character performs. So those are just a few tasks we have before we get to skinning the character and finishing up this course.